Welcome back to Behind the Mind. Today we're diving into a psychological trick that makes her think about you more and more, especially before she sleeps. If you've ever wanted to live rent-free in her mind, this is how you do it. Let's be real. Attraction isn't just about looks or money, it's about emotional imprinting. The human brain remembers how someone makes them feel, especially during emotionally quiet moments, like right before bed. That's when the subconscious takes over. Here's the truth. When a woman is lying in bed, scrolling her phone, replaying her day, or thinking about random things, her emotions are heightened. The key is to plant yourself in that moment emotionally, without even being there physically. How do you do that? You need to trigger emotional recall. This means doing or saying something earlier in the day that sticks, something small but meaningful. For example, instead of saying good night, you can say something like, "Don't overthink tonight, I know you." That simple line does two things. It shows emotional awareness and creates intrigue. Now her brain associates you with emotional connection. When she lies down, she replays that moment subconsciously. You've entered her mental space without forcing it. Second, use the unfinished energy technique. You don't always need to end every conversation cleanly. Sometimes leaving a cliffhanger or a playful mystery keeps her mind engaged. For example, say, "Remind me to tell you what I noticed about you today. It surprised me." Then leave it at that. She'll be curious. That curiosity turns into thought, and thought turns into emotional presence. Third, tap into sensory association. Send her something that ties you to a physical sense, maybe a voice note with your calm tone, or something visual like a picture with meaning. The goal isn't to be obvious, it's to connect your presence to a feeling, because when she's alone, those senses get amplified. Fourth, emotional mirroring. When you understand her emotional rhythm, her highs, her lows, her subtle tones, you can respond in a way that reflects that energy back. This builds deep psychological comfort. It's what makes someone crave your presence without realizing why. Fifth, avoid oversaturation. Don't text too much. Don't always be available. The mind values what it can't fully have. A touch of absence intensifies desire. Think about it. When you're slightly unpredictable, her brain releases dopamine in anticipation. She starts to crave that feeling again. That's how emotional addiction forms. Now, let's go deeper. At night, when she's emotionally open, her subconscious replays the day's most stimulating moments. If you gave her something to feel, something emotional, funny, mysterious, or heartfelt, her brain reactivates that memory as she drifts off. That's when attachment grows strongest. Here's a simple routine you can use. Throughout the day, build micro-emotional moments. In the evening, leave her with something subtle but powerful, something she can't stop thinking about. Then, go silent. Let her mind fill the silence with your presence. You're not manipulating, you're mastering timing and emotional awareness. You're letting her associate peace, mystery, and excitement with you. And here's the kicker. When she wakes up thinking about you, that connection deepens, because whatever enters her mind before sleep often lingers in her subconscious the next morning. Remember, attraction isn't about chasing, it's about creating emotional experiences that leave an imprint. When you learn to do that, you'll never have to force her attention. She'll give it to you willingly. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown of emotional psychology, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Behind the Mind for more deep, real talk about human behavior and attraction.